There's always something competing for your and our attention. News cycles, social media, advice from family members and friends. And let's not forget the inner noise, the self-doubt, the shoulds, and the constant wondering if we are doing enough. But the thing is, you already know who you are. You have just been drowning out your own voice with the noise around you. So it's time to turn it down. It's time to make space for you. Welcome to Soul Time, a show that explores the world of unlocking your unique potential. My name is Dr. Katja Makowka, and I'm a teacher at school, a former teacher at universities, and a stress and mental coach. And I'm your host. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just feels loud? Not necessarily in volume, but in energy. The scroll on your phone feels endless. Everyone in your surrounding seems to have an opinion about how you should live your life, and someone's telling you to hustle harder. Someone else is preaching to slow down, and somewhere in the middle of all that noise, you kind of lose track of your own voice. You start second guessing yourself. Am I doing this right? Am I enough? And slowly, without even realizing it, you start shrinking. You start dimming, you start playing small, not because you aren't capable, but because somewhere along the way the noise got louder than your truth. But here's the thing. The world is always going to be noisy. It's always going to have opinions, trends, expectations, and for sure, distractions. The real question is, are you going to keep letting that noise shape who you are? Or are you going to choose to tune back in, take up space, and thrive in your own way? This episode is your personal wake-up call. It's the reminder you didn't know you needed. To stop waiting, to stop shrinking, and to stop playing small. Because the world doesn't need a quieter or more polished version of you. It needs you, fully, boldly, and now. So how do you actually know if you are playing small? It's not always obvious. We are not lying on the floor with a neon sign over our heads saying, I'm playing small, help me. No, it's sneakier than that. It's the moment you get a great idea, but don't speak up. It's the quiet tension in your gut when you downplay your wins so you don't seem too much. It's telling yourself, I'm not ready yet, when deep down you are, but fear is doing all the talking. Sometimes playing small doesn't look like doing nothing. It looks like doing just enough to stay comfortable, just enough to avoid judgment, just enough to not let your light shine fully, just enough to not grow. And here is the truth. No one tells you. You can be high functioning and still be playing small. You can look like you have it all together and still be shrinking yourself emotionally, creatively, or spiritually. And what often keeps us there? That internal script that says, who am I to take up space? What if I fail? What will they think? But let me flip that script for you. What if you succeed? What if it works out? What if your expansion gives someone else the permission to expand too? Thriving starts with awareness. So take a moment, really check in with yourself. Where have you been settling for small? And ask yourself, where have you been choosing safety over authenticity? And most importantly, what would your life look like if you weren't? Because the first step to thriving is noticing where you are not. Have you ever caught yourself holding back from speaking your truth, sharing your big ideas, or going after what you truly want? Maybe you downplay your abilities or achievements, or you avoid taking risks because you are worried about failing or, for example, looking foolish. But here is the thing. Playing small is often named as be realistic or staying safe. We tell ourselves that we are being sensible or shy, but really we are just shrinking ourselves down to avoid the discomfort of stepping outside the box. So, how do you know if you are playing small? Ask yourself, are you holding back your ideas, your joy, or your power? Maybe you are not speaking up and telling your truth, or you keep postponing that passion project because you feel like you are not ready. Perhaps you keep waiting for someone else to give you permission to go for your dreams. These are all signs that you might be shrinking. In most cases, it's that quiet voice telling you to stay in the background, be realistic, and not rock the boat. But here's the problem. When we play small, we dim our own light. We deny the world the gift of who we truly are and what we are capable of. And while it might feel comfortable in the short term, playing small leads to long-term dissatisfaction, regret, and the sense that we are not living to our fullest potential. So it's time to stop justifying it, stop pretending it's okay, and call it what it is. You are not playing safe. You are not holding yourself back. And it's time to choose differently. I'm not talking about being humble or having humility. Those are very valuable traits. What I mean by playing small is when you downplay your abilities, hold back your true potential, or shrink yourself to fit into spaces that don't deserve you. And I get it. It's difficult to do so. The world is loud and it can feel safer to blend in, to just go along with the crowd and not standing out. And maybe you have found yourself saying that staying in the background is safe. avoiding big opportunities or playing it safe because you are worried about what others might think. But when you shrink, you end up denying not just others, but yourself. The full experience of what you are truly capable of. And the cost of playing small? It's more than just missed opportunities. It's self-doubt, burnout, frustration, and worst of all, regret. You see, when we shrink ourselves, we hold back from doing the things that excite us, the things that light us up, and we tell ourselves we are not ready, not good enough, or that the timing isn't right. But that mindset is a trap, because the truth is, there's never a perfect moment. That big, bold version of you is waiting right now, but you are holding it probably back. And what happens when we play small for too long? We start to lose sight of who we really are and what we want. We get stuck in a cycle of comparison and questioning if we are measuring up to everyone else's expectations. And if you stay stuck in that space, you will start to lose touch with your own voice. And you will start thinking you are not good enough, when in reality, you have been enough all along. And now I'm not saying this to make you feel bad, but to get real with you. When you hold back, you cheat yourself out of the impact you could have, the opportunities that are out there waiting for you, and the happiness that comes from truly showing up as yourself. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to make the decision to rise up, to take up space and get out of your own way. However, thriving isn't about having everything figured out or waiting for the perfect moment, like I said before. It's about showing up as you are, right here and right now, imperfections and all. A lot of us get caught in the trap of waiting for perfect conditions before we make a move. We think I will start when I have the time, the money, the plan. But the truth is, you don't need a 10-step plan or ideal circumstances to begin. What you need is the willingness to take the first step, even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect. Thriving is about being fully you, even when it's messy. And the more you wait for everything to be just right, the more you are postponing the life you want to live. Growth happens through doing, not waiting. It happens through the action you take, even when it's imperfect. And here's the one hard truth. Permission isn't coming from outside. You are not going to get a shiny green light from the universe or a stamp of approval from someone else. Nobody is showing up in front of your door and saying, "You are ready, let's go." You have to give yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone and start showing up, messy or not. So if you are waiting for a perfect moment to start your passion project or to start living the life you want to, I've got news for you. It's never going to come. The best time to start is now. And if you have been feeling overwhelmed by the noise of the world, I hear you. There's always something competing for your and our attention. News cycle, social media, advice from family members and friends. And let's not forget the inner noise, the self-doubt, the shoulds, and the constant wondering if we are doing enough. But the thing is, you already know who you are. You have just been drowning out your own voice with the noise around you. So it's time to turn it down. It's time to make space for you. One way to do this is to integrate mindful routines in your daily life that help you center yourself, whether it's a morning ritual of stretching, breathing exercises, or meditation, or simply sitting in silence for 5 minutes. All these practices help you tune out the chaos and tune into your inner wisdom. And here's one of my favorite ways to reconnect: journaling. Writing down your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas. It's a way of giving space to what's already inside you. And you don't need to have a deep purpose for journaling. Just let the pen flow and see what comes up. You might be surprised by the clarity it brings. And by creating the space to hear yourself, you will remember that you don't need to rely on anyone else's opinion to know what's right for you. Your intuition is there. Your inner voice is there. It just needs room to breathe. And let me be clear, you don't have to make huge leaps to make progress. Small, brave actions taken consistently build momentum. Think about it. Every time you speak up, every time you take a chance, every time you say no to something that isn't serving you, you are showing up bigger. And these small, courageous steps add up over time. Redefine what big looks like for you. Maybe showing up bigger means finally taking that first step towards a new project or dream. Maybe it means taking a break when you need rest instead of pushing through. And maybe it means saying no to commitments that drain you so you can focus on what truly matters. So, what does all of this mean for you? Here's the most important thing to remember. The world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs you. Stop waiting for the noise to go away. It won't. It's always going to be there, but you can rise above it. You can choose to show up, step into your power, and live life on your terms. Thriving isn't about being louder than your fear. It's about choosing boldness over perfection, and action over waiting, and living fully over shrinking down to fit someone else's mold. This is your wake-up call. Stop playing small. Start choosing yourself. Your voice is needed and your presence matters. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Soul Time. I'm very grateful because you have given me the greatest treasure of your life, your time. If you enjoyed this episode, click the subscribe button so that you get a notification every time a new episode is out.